It's rare to see a weather report this time of the summer without hearing the words or the letters HHH, hazy, hot, and humid. Well, the heat and the humidity that we have right now, you just have to walk outside and experience it with 100-degree days. The haziness, that certainly will have over the course of Shabbos. Shabbos Chazon is a time in which we're not in one place and not in the other. On the one hand, Shabbos is Shabbos. Shabbos is about Oneg Shabbos. It's about enjoying Shabbos. We're not allowed to fast on Shabbos. An Avel is not allowed to display any public mourning on Shabbos. Even if Tisha B'Av falls out of Motzei Shabbos, we're still allowed to eat meat in the very last meal before Tisha B'Av, because Shabbos is Shabbos. And yet, on the other hand, we find ourselves singing L'Chadodi to the tune of Eli Tzion from the Kinnos on Tisha B'Av morning. We find ourselves reading the Haftarah to the tune of Eicha. So we're hazy this Shabbos. What is that message when there is haziness? So Rashul Pinchasi brings down the Maharal Zatzal in his Netzach Yisrael by saying the following. When there tends to be hazy, hot, and humid, there's usually a thunderstorm somewhere in the forecast. And when those thunderstorms come, we know what happens outside. It becomes dark because the cloud cover is such, it is so dark, it can almost, depending how bad the thunderstorm is, it can almost become to look like it's almost ki'ilu night outside. But the Maharal says that when it becomes that dark, when the clouds are covering everything, and then you see a ray of the sun, that ray of the sun makes us appreciate the sun like never before, because it has incredible brightness that much of the rest of the time we take for granted because the sun's light is present every single day. Only when there is a loss of that light do we then appreciate the greatness of the rays. And so he explains that generally speaking, when it comes to darkness, there is a ray of light that we are able to see that allows for us to grow. The darkest hour of the night is the hour that precedes dawn. And only after a seed rots in the ground can it then begin to grow. And so here we are during the 9 days, here we are at Shabbos Chazon once again. We hope that next week in Meretz Hashem it'll be a great Yom Tov, but if not, we proceed with the Shabbos as a Shabbos Chazon, a Shabbos which is hazy with sadness, and yet we look to ourselves and we say that Hashem is showing us that Shabbos comes among that darkness and gives us a sense of light, and a reminder for us even in our own personal lives when we have darkness, when we experience communal darkness or personal darkness. We remind ourselves that Hashem has the sun that makes Hashem makes the sun shine upon us even in that darkness, to make us appreciate the fact that there is an Acharis, that the sun will shine again. And for us, for Klal Yisrael, even during this darkest period, we know that the Netzach Yisrael, we know that the brightness, the sun will shine once again upon our people, with the Geula, hopefully, Meretz Hashem, to soon be upon us. May we take comfort as we go through this dark period, knowing that Hashem will continue to shine His sun until ultimately we see that Or Chadash al Tzion Ta'ir Niskeh Kulanu Mehera La'oro. May we see that new light over Tzion. May we all be able to enjoy and be a part of it and see it with our own eyes. Thank you for listening, and have a good Shabbos.